Hi and welcome. We're here at the Security Zone at Next with Sam Lugani, an expert in phishing attacks at Google Cloud.
Hi, Yufeng. Happy to be here.
So phishing attacks are becoming a huge problem today at companies, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Phishing attacks are a very common type of security attack. In fact, a study conducted by PhishMe showed that 91% of cyber attacks start with a phishing email.
Wow. So phishing is one of the main ways that security attackers will attack companies.
Yes, let's walk through an example. Let's say that an attacker is targeting your company and you're the security admin responsible for protecting your organization. So the attacker is going to start by doing some research on your company on LinkedIn where they can make a list of employees that they want to target. The attacker then sends personalized emails to these employees, trying to get them to click on a link or respond with sensitive information.
So what happens if an employee opens one of these emails or links?
Well, let's find out. Let's say you are one of the employees that's being targeted with this phishing attack, and you are going to go through your inbox in the morning. On the screen here, you're going to see some emails come up, and you have to choose whether you think the email is a phishing email or a safe email.
Okay, I think I can handle this.
Oops, that was a phishing email. It's hard to notice, but you can tell by looking at the email domain in the from field.
So what happens if I miss a phishing email like this?
Well, if you respond to the attacker's email or click on a link in the email, you may end up giving the attacker access to sensitive data. Let's try another one. Well done, you've spotted a phishing email. How could you tell?
Well, this URL domain name looked suspicious.
Right, good spot. Details like this are easy to spot if you're looking for them. But as you've seen, when you're going through your inbox and trying to work, you don't have the time to look at these little details in emails.
Right, and I can't train all my employees to go through each email in detail to spot phishing emails.
You just got one of two right, which isn't too bad, but a report from Intel Security on phishing attacks showed that 97% of users are not able to identify a sophisticated phishing attack. But luckily, if you're a security admin, you have a few tools at your disposal. The first tool is Gmail. Gmail uses the power of a billion-plus user community to protect against phishing attacks. As emails come into your Gmail inbox, they will automatically be scanned to identify phishing emails. And if a phishing email is detected, it's discarded before hitting the user's inbox. But these emails are often very sophisticated and difficult to spot. So Gmail now uses machine learning to identify patterns across messages. This allows Gmail to identify suspicious emails that the ML engine says have a high probability of being a phishing email.
Wow, so with machine learning, Gmail is finding patterns in phishing emails from billions of users and using that ML model to identify emails with a high phishing score or prediction.
Yes, exactly. So as attackers launch more phishing attacks, Gmail is learning from those attacks and getting smarter at defending against them.
So with Gmail, most phishing attacks either don't hit my employee inboxes at all, or these emails are sent with like a warning if they're suspicious.
Yes, that's right. Gmail protects your employees from having to worry about scanning each email manually for phishing attacks.
So is Gmail all I need to stop these phishing attacks?
Gmail is the first line of defense and essential for preventing phishing email attacks. But you also need a way to protect against phishing websites and stolen passwords, which is why Gmail works hand in hand with Chrome browser and Titan security keys to provide end-to-end phishing protection for your company.
Well, Sam, thank you so much for showing us how companies can defend against these attacks with Google Cloud.
My pleasure.